it should be popping on any second now. Alright, does it look like we're on? Yeah, it looks like we had the internet drop. My frames are dropping a ton again. No idea what to do about that. But we're at least online. And we're in the middle of a cutscene, so I suspect them. Wait, this is loud. I suspect at the moment we actually go into the game, we will just start that cutscene again.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah, let's jump in. Some time ago, deep in memory zone.
Better unsheath that blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter?
It's like we're starting from the very
Of
beginning
those
again.
slain by your hand?
It appears.
You're still alive. You still have room to make a choice.
If I skip, I don't know if I just skip this section or if I'm going to skip everything.
We come from burning foam.
Your companions don't seem to.
They are my children, my fleet.
Why?
Because I'm the emanate. You can destruction.
Even if the answer.
What is important?
Duke Inferno's
just
coming
as
back.
evil.
There is no way he's staying
Alright.
dead. He's way too cool to stay dead.
A bottomless. This blade remains in its sky. I'll reveal the truth. The hunt. May death guiding you back to the way. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
My time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances. But they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer.
And we know it's Firefly.
You
We saw it
only
in the
did what
trailer.
you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but... why? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity.
You're still
Loners
dodging the
wandering
question.
the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron Hunters. That's all.
I don't see how that connects.
Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So, I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time. I don't need help. but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past and the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for him?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way, but as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
The so-called impossible is merely something that is yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that
Again, red
future
text.
foreseen by destiny.
I don't get it.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
Hang on. I don't.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. For a little light, and to burn, to keep on burning, until I turn to ash.
Kinda sounds like Duke Inferno.
So, I really envy you.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
If Sam doesn't have the ability to dream, how is he in the dreamscape? Or shall I say she?
I think because it's
Miss
like,
Firefly from Black Swan.
you know, one of the fancy dream pools, not a
We
regular
never
dream.
expected Miss Robin to.
A wizard did it.
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Should have been you, Himiko.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony's going to turn into a bloodbath.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the
so many
scene
witnesses?
to
It was like
control
3
the
of us.
situation. After all, the nature of the 2 murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
He really is up to no good. Aventurine is on guard against Acheron.
Indeed. He was particularly concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their card. Any further judgments?
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. He's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore.
It's fine. Let's focus on the big picture for now. It's fine. I got a lot out of him, too. It's cool. You can bully me whenever. Not like saying, say the first one.
You're like a broken record. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
We'll collaborate. We decided to accept your request for collaboration. Wonderful, your response came faster than I expected. From now on, we'll all be in this together. Here's a small something for your upcoming partnership. Thanks, boss. He's given us 100 grand. He just keeps giving us money. That's it? That's a lot of money. It's not. Bro, you should be more prudent with your money. But I'll take them all just the same. All just this one time. Oops, I pressed send too early. Here's an extra just for getting to another 100k. Just as I anticipated, the family is going to sweep Robin's case under the rug for as long as they can. So her case is only a secret between us. But for the other case, that depends on what excuses they have prepared for you guys. I'll take my leave for now, and I look forward to outstanding performance from you guys.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open.
Perhaps he's going for the hotel.
An attack on the hotel guests? Unlikely. Penacony's guests include quite a few bigwigs known throughout the whole cosmos. People who not even the IPC would dare take lightly. Aventurine is a shrewd merchant, and there's no way he doesn't.
Perhaps he's going for the family.
He's definitely going for the family, and it's just a matter of how. The harmony is strong in Penacony, and almost impossible to take on head-to-head. The fact that the IPC dispatched Aventurine shows that they do not intend to simply play by the book here.
Perhaps he's going for Acheron.
Aventurine has devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger, we know hardly anything about her, and can't rush to any conclusions.
Perhaps he's going for the Astro Express.
I was also considering this possibility. Especially because he respects you so much, and has sought you out before a few times, and is probing you.
No conclusions can be drawn just yet.
I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to strike. Also, he's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
Hey, Walt.
Aventurine said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you. It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more suspicious.
But why, though?
Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. Two birds, one stone. However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
She's a very gentle woman. She's a very mysterious woman. She's a very powerful woman. Weird, I can't seem to remember. I'll stick with mysterious. And it's forcing me to pick weird, I can't seem to remember. And it's in red.
That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect.
I really love Choppy.
March.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead.
She's
but
not.
that she's still alive and well. Somewhere. That everything's just some horrible prank. Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this? Shouldn't only good things happen here? Whenever I see the Grand Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head.
Do you think the family's behind all this? We'll restore all the dreams back to normal. Do you think the family's behind all this?
No. After all, they've brought everyone this sleepy dreamscape, which everyone loves. I just feel like I'm starting to understand them less and less. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us we're all outsiders from another world. Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down. But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Looks like Adventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himiko, what do you think?
Among our current clues, the 2 murders that he witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
How about we split off into 2 groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those, and we can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem. I'll leave it to you then.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himiko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
Oh, she was just ninjaing back there.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Well,
Is there something about my name?
first, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Well, technically, you can slice
Intuition.
a black hole, can't you?
Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
That line goes pretty hard. He just threatened to just suck her up into a black hole. And if I built my Welt properly, I'd believe that.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board. Is he okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
What would she care about us?
He's fine. Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Mm-hmm. By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups.
Is that just really strong
Conversation
coffee?
coming up
I'm
will
down
last
for it.
forever.
I've been watching
Why didn't
her
they just make a
closely
movie?
for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, not the taste of sweet dreams. Only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she said,
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
the guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak.
So was that memory box what she got from Duke Inferno?
The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all
Believe so.
disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12. Father, I dedicate this to you.
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they go,
there it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
They sought refuge in the land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
Oh, these are lines from the trailer.
When have those on the path of destruction feared death?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out. What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way... it's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Might have been 9.
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... no. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together. But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet store, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Constance was the woman in white. That was part of the Annihilation Gang, wasn't she?
Yeah.
A phone. Wanna listen in?
At this moment, on the other side, we keep jumping back and forth between characters. It's annoying.
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement. Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established, and shall take a legislative seat at the Interstellar Congress. The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history, turning the sensational Kataka-Abjin extinction event into a distant memory.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact from small-scale celestial objects. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness. They have developed their own folk beliefs that are independent of the Eon belief system.
Sigonia. Sigonia.
Is this a baby aventurine?
Eye of the storm, spurned by all the gods. Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not tears. You beat us with your falling stars. You lash us with wind and storm. You chew us up with the cracked earth.
People don't talk like this.
You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword of bitterness. Oh, Gaiathra Triclops, if thou can hear me, please open up thy 3 eyes and gaze upon this child. When you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. And where my husband went, I too soon must go. I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his mother's heartbeat and the sound of falling rain? Please tell me whether this life is all just a fleeting dream. Otherwise, why would this child be born to face impending death?
Mommy! Mommy!
That's not the baby saying anything.
Mommy! The rain! It's raining!
Raining? Raining.
It is raining! It's true! Those Outworlders weren't lying to us. They really did summon the rain. Mommy, we can leave here. We can go back home.
Back home. Gaiathra Triclops. You came.
That's a hell of a name.
Do you hear that? Thank you. Thank you. Darling, listen. This is the sound of rain. On the day you were born, the sky also sent down a gift like this from Gaiathra. Such a lucky child. Such a blessed child. Just like your name. A gift from them to Avgen. My boy. May the goddess Gaiathra close her eyes 3 times. Keep your
Do you mean
blood
blink?
eternally pulsing. Let your journey be forever peaceful. And your schemes forever concealed. Welcome to this sad world, Kakavasha.
to wake up, gambler.
That was such a boring sequence.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back so soon. How is it? Find anything?
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony, using a stand-in, I guess. They must be dreaming.
I should be excited that the ratios here.
Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family?
What the hell's
Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pause it right there. It's not that I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. That last scene was just so boring. Okay. So what we get, Venturine's parents are dead. His mother liked to speak in poetic prophecy kind of jargon and just go on and on and on and on. There's some deity they called Gaiafa Triclops. And it rained. And that scene went on for freaking ever. I know they have a new director for HSR, and it seems that they get this idea that the more words they type, the better the story is. Just add more words. It's like in high school you had an essay to do, but you needed to write down 2,000 words. So you just started adding garbage to your essay just to meet that limit. That's what it's feeling like right now.
To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare. That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray. Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details, just that it was a stowaway.
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. He must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These 2 murders are definitely getting hushed up. What should we do? Let me think. It's too rare an opportunity to miss out on, so I gotta be careful.
Incredible, gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a mute as a friend. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony.
Okay, so apparently when Sparkle was being racist, ableist, and whatever other is you want to throw at him, she was actually giving him a hint.
If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from
Yeah, I don't remember
practice,
some of the stuff they're referencing here. I heard there was some kind of translation flub, but
or Robin herself. To get
like
to the
last
bottom
time
of
that
this,
they
I tried
fixed this.
every way I could to meet her.
I'm trying to see if I can remember the line Sparkle said. She said, perhaps you should make friends with a disabled mute, so they can't get away from you. Did she say disabled?
I don't remember her saying the word disabled.
But like she made some implication about somebody who can't use their legs or has the inability to walk away. I can't remember the exact phrasing though. Anyway, moving on.
But she died. Right before my very eyes.
Did you see her die or just see
a complete
see her
and utter
dead?
loss?
I'm pretty sure
It seems
eventually
to have
saw her
resulted
die.
in your rather undignified arrival on the interrogation stand.
Okay, because he's saying Acheron killed her. So that means if he saw her die, then he saw Acheron kill her.
Well, he thinks Acheron is responsible for the monster or something. I don't know, he's a little flaky about that part.
There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future, you shall, regrettably, find yourself under the vigilant watch of the hounds.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. I'm starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback, given how things are?
A probability? Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal. To phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony, you're dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself in one hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate. That man wants to see you again.
Who?
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Fine. Oh, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Well, without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way. The show is about to begin.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Amanicus star system not long ago, and their synchronized orbital manor wasn't this heavily guarded.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace these grounds in their lifetimes. Look around while you still have this moment of freedom.
We're coming up to close to 50 minutes
Hey,
of
Doc,
cutscenes.
whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of him.
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your tongue and let me deal with the members of the family.
As the story unfolds, you will have the chance to progress the story from other characters' POV. When entering the character's POV for the first time, that character will automatically be placed first in your team. You can check the Fates Atlas interface and see which character's POV and ongoing mission or complete missions is in. Sorry, I'm having trouble forming words. If you need to change your POV to continue the story, you can select here to enter the Fates Assemble. For more details, see tutorials. Press here to switch. It said press here to switch. Press what? I can't press.
You gotta push A to get out of the continue the tutorial first.
I need to go to the tutorial?
You know, like...
No, I'm out of it. You're delayed. I'm out of it.
Oh.
That's pretty cool. Dropping the dice. How do I select it?
Oh.
Oh, you're okay. I had to hit the left bumper. Now I can select it. Since we got a Venturine right here, let's check out his stats.
Remember, it won't let you.
It won't let me. Lame.
Won't even let you see the light cone they put on him.
Feeling lucky.
Oh, hey, we got a chest. You know what? I think I'm going to call it there for now. It is going to be 1:30 a.m. So far, I'm disappointed with the way the story's going. Or rather, the way the story's being told. It's just constant exposition. And I absolutely do blame the new director for this. From my understanding, Honkai Impact 3rd was described to me as a visual novel with combat elements. Like it's a story game first. It's all about the cutscenes, the stories, the comics. That's their main focus. The combat is secondary. That's how it was explained to me. This game, Honkai Star Rail, was not like that until just now. Bellabog, which I still think right now is like one of the best stories HSR has, was never like this. Yeah, we had cutscenes, but we also ran around, explored, had extra story elements, side story elements, just weird side stuff. Like, remember the closet in the hotel? The weird things going on with the trash cans? There's just a lot more to it than just the story, and not just combat. Right now, we're just going in cutscenes with people just talking and blabbing and blabbing and blabbing. That last cutscene with, I assume it's a Venturine as a baby, you could cut like half that dialogue the mother was saying, and it would have still been fine. It's like half the dialogue was just there for the sake of being there. And every time they go from like Acheron and Welt chatting to like just any other characters chatting, or like Acheron and Sam, before or just as things are about to get interesting in the conversation, it switches to something else. And that's so lame. By the time we get back, I kind of forgot what we were talking about to begin with. I don't know. I'm just getting started with the story. I'm getting annoyed, and I'm really sleepy. And I'm still getting a lot of... I think I'm getting aggravated because I'm still in pain. I'm still getting like pain just breathing right now. So that's definitely aggravating things. So I'm going to get some rest. I'll try playing this game in the morning. Thank you for joining me, Celia. Thanks for putting up with my complaints.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you all later.
Take some more ibuprofen.